Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, I want to discuss about the problem that is 2.30 to 2.36 of the book Electrodynamics by DJ Griffith. Okay, this is part 4 of this book. Already 3 parts are covered for the problem set 2.1 to 2.29. We already covered in the before 3 part, the link given in the description box. And before that, we already covered up the solution of chapter 1 of electrostatic and magnetism by Basudev Ghosh. Okay, so this link given in the description box, you can refer to this video also. In this video, you want to discuss the problem number 2.30 to 2.36 of this book, Electrodynamics by DJ Griffith. So let's start with question 2.30, which says check that the result exercise 2.4 and 2.5 and problem 2.11 are consistent with equation 2.33. So you need to know about exercise 2.4. This is the equation 2.5. Example 2.5 was this charge distribution, and problem 2.11 was that spherical cell charge. Okay, consist with equation 2.33. That means these three cases are satisfy this equation. You need to check that these three cases are satisfied with that equation, that is 2.33. First one, 2 exercise 2.4, where you know the electric field above the conductor. If this is a conductor, above this conductor the electric field will be sigma by 2 epsilon naught n cap. If this is n cap, the inner will be minus n cap, then the below will be like that. Then the difference between E above minus E below will be that minus of minus, so will we get sigma by epsilon naught n cap, which satisfy this. Next example 2.5, in one side is electric field will be 0 and other side, because for this are these two, this is positive electric field here and this is negative electric field here, but in that case electric field is outside and electric field is 0. In the similar fashion, for positive this is outside and for negative this is inside. So in these two region electric field will be, electric field will be 0, and that region this will be sigma by epsilon naught, because these two electric field are, sorry, added. Show that, so one side is 0 and another side is sigma by epsilon naught. So if you difference above minus below, this will also give you sigma by epsilon naught n cap. So in that case this also satisfy. And number third, that is problem in 2.11, this was says the electric field inside and outside a spherical cell of radius r. In the spherical cell the electric field, outside electric field will be like that and inside electric field will be 0, and at the surface r equals to r, this r equals to r actually at the surface, right? So at the surface small r equal to capital R, if you put small r equal to capital R, you will be get sigma by epsilon naught r cap. So the outer electric field of this sphere, if this is a sphere, the outer electric field will be at the surface will be sigma by epsilon naught r cap, and the inside electric field will be 0, then the difference will be sigma by epsilon naught r cap. So this also satisfied with this equation. So this equation satisfy in case of example 2.4. This is actually example 2.4, this is example 2.5, and this is problem 2.11. Okay, these three are satisfied with this equation. Clear? Go to the next one, that is the B. This was A and this is the B. Use Gauss law to find the field inside and outside a long hollow cylindrical tube. This is a hollow long cylindrical tube. Using Gauss law, you need to find out the electric field inside and outside, which carries a uniform surface charge density sigma. This cylinder carries a uniform surface charge density sigma. Check the result with consistent equation 2.33. So that's mean this the before equation is satisfied or not, you need to check. Okay. So the inside electric field, if this is E dot ds, Gauss theorem, E dot ds equal to charge enclosed by epsilon naught. Within this cylinder there is no charge because the charge on the surface of this cylinder, so this q enclosed will be 0, so electric field within this cylinder will be 0. For outer side, if you take r is greater than r, that means small r is greater than r and this is small r is less than r. Okay, small r is greater than r. For small r is greater than r, this cylinder take in with length l, so E into 2 pi rl equals to sigma into 2 pi rl. This is small r and charge within this capital R, so if you put this will be the electric field, and at the surface small r equal to capital R you will put, then this will be sigma by epsilon naught n. Then the inside electric field will be 0 and outside electric field will be sigma by epsilon naught in r cap, so the difference will be like that, and this also satisfy this equation. Clear? Go to the next one. Check the result of exercise example 2.7. This was the example where the this is spherical cell whose potential is given here and potential is given here with the boundary condition, that is 2.34. This is the boundary condition, that is the potential above the surface and potential below the surface will be the same, and the potential derivative with respect to r, actually this is r distance, will be the minus sigma by epsilon naught. These two are the condition will be satisfied. For that case you need to check. Okay, so this is for outside and this is for inside potential. So at the surface, if we put the r equals to r, for outside will be sigma, here z will be the r, so this will r sigma by epsilon naught and v will be the r sigma by epsilon naught, so the v above and v below will be the same. That means the potential above the surface and the potential below the surface will be the same. And the next condition, the derivative, if you derivative with respect to r, that is the r, you will get minus r square by sigma by epsilon naught small r square, so at surface this will be the minus sigma by epsilon naught. Similarly, the input, this is the constant, there is no variable r, so this will be the 0, so their difference will be minus sigma by epsilon naught, which satisfy this condition. Okay, so this example you take this potential and satisfy these two condition. Go to the next question. Problem 2.31, which says three charges are situated at the corner of a square of side A. There is three charges, minus q, plus q and minus q, as shown in this figure. How much work does it take to bring another charge plus q? There is a plus charge q taken from infinity to this point from far away and place it in the fourth corner. So you need to find out the work done, right? So the work done will be the potential at that point we multiply with the charge. The potential at that point can be find out for these three individual charge. This is a scalar sum of this potential, because potential is the scalar quantity. So if you find out the potential for these three charge, so for this charge the potential will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon minus q by a. For this charge also will be minus q by a, but this charge at situated at the root 2a, right? So this will be q by root 2a. So the take q as a common, a is a common, so you will be get minus 1, that is minus 2 plus 1 by root 2. This is the potential at that point. Since this is the potential, then the work done will be the potential multiplied with this charge at this point. This charge will be plus q, so the work done will be the plus q into v. That is the work done on the work done on this point of this charge particle will be the q into potential. Q is the charge and potential is given in this is hello pore. This is the potential and this q will be the charge, so the work done will be charge into potential. So if you put this charge, you will be get the this work done. Okay, go to the next one, that is how much work does it take to assembly the whole configuration for the fourth charge. That means this was the work done for this fourth charge due to this charge, and now the questions says how much work does it assembly to whole configuration of 4 charge. Now if you wants to find out the work done for this whole configuration, we take this is first charge are take place, this is second charge, this is fourth charge. When this first charge is taken from outside, there will be no potential because there will be no charges, so no potential, that means no work done happen because the charge into potential is 0, so work done will be 0 for placing this charge. Okay, for placing next charge, the potential at that point will be minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught a due to this charge, right? So the potential at that point, that is the second point, the potential for that point due to this charge will be minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught a, and the work done will be the charge into that potential, so the charge will be plus q and potential will be, so the placing the this charge at that point in presence of minus q charge at position 1, the work done will be like that. Now if you wants to place the third charge at that point, you need to potential at that point due to these two charge, so for due to these two charge the potential will be q by a, and for this minus q by root 2 a. Okay, this is the potential, and you place the charge minus q, so you multiply the minus q charge with this potential, you will get the work done for placing this charge at that point. Okay, and for that point the work done we already find out in the previous question. So total work done will be the addition of these 4 work done, that is the 0, that is minus q square by 4 pi epsilon naught a, and that is q square by 4 pi epsilon naught this and that. So if you added these 4, you will be get 2 q square by 4 pi epsilon naught a minus 2 plus 1 by root 2. This is the total work done to configure these 4 charges. Okay, go to the next question. Find the energy stored in a uniformly charged solid sphere of radius r and charge q. Do in 3 defined way. Okay, using equation 2.43, you found the potential in problem 2.21. Okay, so problem 2.21 we already discussed in the previous lecture. You can watch this. The potential inside of the spherical shell, this is a spherical solid, solid sphere. This is a solid sphere with radius capital R. If smaller is within this and smaller can be outside this R, right? So within this the potential will be like that, and outside this the potential will be like that. You need to find out the work done for this configuration will be using this formula 1 by 2 integration rho v d tau. V is the potential, d tau is the small volume. So this is rho and v is the this 0 to r up to this configuration, so you need to take the potential within this region. Okay, so this is the potential within this region, and the d tau is a small volume, that is 4 pi r square dr. So if you integrate, you will find 3 by 5 q square by 4 pi epsilon naught capital R. This is the work done for configuration of this charge. Okay, next use the equation 2.25, don't forget integrate all over the space. Equation 2.25 says the E square, this was the in terms of potential and charge, and this is in terms of electric field. Okay, in this problem also we find out the electric field inside this and outside will be like that. So all faces the electric field, so there will be two region, that is less than r, that is the inside, and that is the outside. For inside the electric field is this, and for outside this. So if you integrate, you will be get finally the same result as obtained in the before. Okay, this is for using electric field relation. And then third relation says there is a summation of two part, that is the surface part and that is the volume part. For volume part take electric field, and surface part this is potential, this is electric field. Okay, so take this integration. Electric field has a two part, that is the 0 to r and r to a, and this is the surface integral. Okay, so 0 to r, putting this value in electric field, and R to A, the electric field will be like that. And for surface, you know the small surface in the sphere, this is r square sin theta d theta d phi, and potential will be, this is the potential part, this is the potential part, and this is the electric field part, and this is the small area. Just calculating this, you will be get this answer, the same answer you will be obtain, will be the same answer. This is the volume part, and the third one is the surface part. Okay, so this first three is volume part, and the fourth one is the surface. This 1 by a and minus 1 by a cancel out, and you will be get the same result. And the limit of the theta will be 0 to pi, and limit of the phi will be 0 to 2 pi. Here the integration sin theta d theta will be get minus cos theta. If you put 0 and pi, you will be get 2, and d phi integrate, you will be get 2 pi. And here you can see the r to the power 4, so r to the power 5 by 5, and here minus 1 by r, you will be get 2 term. Okay, so finally you will be get the same result in this process also. Clear? So in the using this, work done will be the get obtain in this, you will be get the work done formation of this structure, and using this formula, that's mean using three formula you get the same result. Okay, go to the next question. And here the question was, notice what happen when a tends to infinity. When a tends to infinity, that means this surface part will be 0, because a tends to infinity means that is 0, surface part will be 0, only volume part will be present. That means that is the last term will give you 0, this term will be give 0 0, you will be get this term. Just calculate, you will be get this result. Okay, just neglect the fourth term, this 1 by a term neglect, because the surface term will be 0, so you will be get this result. Go to the next question, that is 2.33 says here, fourth way. We already discussed three way to finding the work done. This is the fourth way to compute the energy of a uniformly charged sphere. Assembly the sphere layer by layer. That means this total, this if you take this this is the sphere of radius r. If we consider this, we form this sphere by accumulating layer by layer sphere. Okay, one layer by one layer sphere, if you accumulating, and finally you will get this sphere. If we accumulate layer by layer, then the work done will be like that. So for at any instant, if the radius is smaller, and if you increase this dr, then the work done for this small increasing will be charge into potential, potential into charge will be the work done. So the potential of this will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r, q bar by r, and the charge will be dq bar. The q bar is the charge of this sphere, so this is 4 third pi r q into rho, and rho is the charge by total volume. You will be get the value of the q bar, that means the charge at that instant. Okay, so you will get the value of q bar, and dq bar is nothing but the charge placed in this region, that is the 4 pi r square dr is the volume into rho, this is the dq bar. So this portion actually dq bar, that is charge added within this sphere. Dq bar is this, that is the 4 pi r square dr into rho. 4 pi r square into dr is the volume of this region. So this is the work done for preparing this portion only. So the total work done will be integrating. So if you integrate 0 to r total, to form this radius capital R, you will be get the same result as obtained in before cases, before three cases. So there is four possibility to find out the work done using the previous three formula, and this is the another method to find the work done to form this structure, right? Go to the next question. Consider two concentric spherical cell. There is two concentric spherical cell with radii A and B. Suppose the inner one charge carries Q, and the outer charge carries minus Q. So this is inner sphere with charge plus Q, and the outer sphere with radius B and charge minus Q. Both are uniformly distributed over the surface. charge are distributed over surface. Calculate the energy to form the configuration using this equation and using this equation. Okay, so using this equation you wants to find out the work done to form this configuration. So you need to know the electric field, that three region. So for region 1 the electric field will be 0 because there is no charge within this region, and for region 3 there also electric field will be 0 because the total charge within this sphere will be plus q and minus q, that is 0. That's why the electric field for this third region, that is the outside the B, will be also 0, only present in this middle region, and for that region the charge will be q only. If you take at that region, if you consider this Gaussian surface, the charge will be q. So this is the q by epsilon naught, and like that. So within that region the electric field will be this, and for the other region the electric field will be 0, right? So the work done will be epsilon naught by 2 and E square. E is the only that region, so A to B, and squaring then and just calculating this, integrating, you will be get this answer. Clear? Now if you wants to find using this equation 4.27, this is the equation for 2.47. Here the total work done will be W1 plus W2 epsilon into E1 in dot E2 into d tau. That means if we consider these two sphere, this is sphere 1 and this is sphere 2. The work done for formation sphere 1 is W1, work done for formation for sphere 2 is W2, and their electric field will be E1 and E2. Then the formation of the total system will be W1 plus W2 plus epsilon naught E1 dot E2 d tau. Right? Okay, so the W1, that is the work done for the for forming the inner surface, will be 1 by 4 pi 8 epsilon naught. This is already obtained in this equation. Okay, we take this result. Actually this result exercise 2.8, that is the formation work of a spherical shell is like that, 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught q square by r. So for formation of this pair with radius a, so this will be q square by a. For formation of radius outer shell, that is radius b, q square by b. Okay, and the electric field for this inner surface will be like that, and for outer surface electric will be like that, because this is a plus q charge and this is a minus q charge. Okay, so if you taking dot product, this will be gives answer, and this dot product will be present in r greater than b. In that region this is 0 because one is present and another is 0, and this region is also 0. So this dot product exists only r greater than b. So that's why the integrating b to infinity, right? B to infinity. In that region this dot product 0, and that region this dot product 0, this dot product exists b to infinity. So if you integrating b to infinity, you will be get this answer, and total work done will be addition of this w1, w2 and this integration, and you will be finally got this q by 8 pi epsilon naught 1 by a minus 1 by b, and you can see this is the same as we got before. Okay, so go to the next question. Problem 2.35 says a metal sphere of radius r carrying charge q, this is a metal sphere of radius r carrying charge q, so this charge will be on the surface of this metal sphere, is surrounded by a thick concentric metal shell. This is surrounded by this thick concentric metal shell with inner radius a and outer radius b, with the inner radius a and outer radius b. The cell carries no net charge. This cell is no net charge because if this is a charge q plus q, then the charge induced in the inner surface of this cell will be minus q. So since this is a charge minus q induced, then obvious there is a plus q charge in the outer surface, such that total charge of this cell will be 0. Clear? So the metallic charge sphere of radius capital R will be charged plus q. Due to plus q charge, there is a induction of charge minus q on the inner surface of this cell. Due to this induction, there will be produce the positive q charge of the outer surface of this cell such that total charge will be 0. So the surface charge density of this r at r will be q by 4 pi r square, and for a this is the minus charge, so minus q by 4 pi a square, and for b this is plus charge, this is plus q by 4 pi b square. Okay, so you will be get the surface charge density at that r, a and b. Go to the next one. Next question says find the potential at the center using infinity as your reference. So you need to find out the potential at the center of this configuration. You take reference as the infinity, that means the at infinity the potential will be 0. Okay, so for inside the electric field will be 0 because the charge on the surface. For region 2, into that region the there present a electric field because there is a enclosed charge q, so the electric field will be like that in region 2. In the third region, that is in within a to b, the total charge will be 0 because there is a plus charge and the minus charge on this inner surface, so the total charge will be 0, the electric field will be again 0 in that in between this region. And for the outer region, total charge will be one is plus q, this is minus q and plus q, so finally you will get q by epsilon naught. So at the outer region, that is the r greater than b, the electric field will be like that. So we get the electric field at 4 region. Now the potential will be the minus infinity to 0 e dot dr. So the infinity to 0 is break as infinity to b, then b to a, actually this is a mistake, this will be b to a, b to a, infinity to b, b to a to r and r to 0. So you will be get this in this region, this is 0, this is 0, only these two are present, so you will be get q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by b, and 1 by infinity is 0, 1 by a in there, 1 by r minus 1 by. So finally you get the potential at this for this configuration. Clear? For any doubt you must comment in the comment box. Go to the next question, next part. Now the outer surface is touched to a ground wire, that means the outer surface is grounded. When the outer surface will be grounded, the charge on the outer surface go through the drain out through this ground. Okay, so there is be no charge in the outer surface, only this plus q charge on the metal surface and the minus q induced in the inner surface of this cell. So the surface charge density at r will be the same, and for sigma a will be the same, but the sigma b, that is the surface charge density at b, will be 0 because their charge will be 0, charge is drained out, so this will be the 0. And the electric field at the inner region will be 0, and this region will be q by this, and the third region will be also plus q minus q 0, and the outer region also electric field will be 0 because total charge will be 0, this is plus q and this is minus q, so total charge will be 0, that's why this is also 0. So for calculating this integration, we get three electric part will be 0, only this is present where the integration taken from a to r, e to r, so you will be get this answer. Okay, so if we touch this is ground, so then surface charge density will be, this will be change, and this potential also change. Go to the next part, next question actually, that is 2.36, says two spherical cavity of radii a and b, this is the spherical cavity a and b, that is there is no metal, and hollowed out in interior of a conducting sphere of radius r, this is a sphere, within that these two cavity are present. At the center of each cavity a point charge placed, that is a qa placed at the center of this cavity and qb placed at the center of this cavity. Find out the surface charge at sigma a, sigma b and sigma r. So if there if we place qa at this center, then there is a induction of minus qa of the inner surface of this cavity, right? When we place this charge qa at the center, then minus qa charge induced in the inner surface of this cavity. Okay. In the similar fashion, since this is a QB charge at the center, then the charge induced on the inner surface of this cavity. Since there is a minus q charge induced, then there must be a plus q charge on the outer surface such that total charge neutral. Similarly, the minus q charge is induced in the inner surface of this cavity, then must be a plus q charge in the outer surface of this metal. So the surface charge density at that region will be minus qa by 4 pi a square, and for that region minus q by 4 pi b square, and for the sphere, metal sphere, will be qa plus qb by 4 pi r square. I think clear about the induction of this chart. Go to the next part. What is the field outside the conductor? That means we need to find out the field at that region. You remember that the charges are at that region, this one minus qa induced, this one minus qb induced, and that region qa plus qb. So total charge in this sphere will be qa minus qb cancel out, qb minus qb cancel out, only qa plus qb. So qa plus qb by r square. Okay. So this is the using Gauss theorem. This is the Gauss theorem. You can obtain the electric field outside the sphere. Go to the next portion. Says what is the field within the cavity. Within the cavity we need to find out the field. So if you find out the field at r, for this charge there is a charge enclosed qa, so this will be the qa by 4 epsilon naught, and you will be get this for the cavity a, and for cavity b in the same fashion the charge will be qb, so qb by this. Go to the next portion. What is the force on qa and qb? What is the force on qa? For finding the force on qa, you need to find out the field at that point. So for field will be generated due to the other charges, that is the qb. So the for qb, the electric field at that region, what will be the electric field at that region? If you take a sphere Gaussian sphere, if you take a Gaussian sphere like that, with radius capital R, then the total charge within the sphere will be qb minus qb, because there is a induction of minus qb. So the total charge within this sphere will be 0. Then the electric field due to this qb charge at that region will be 0. That region 0 means that region also electric field will be 0. Since electric field will be 0, the charge into electric field, that is the force, also 0. Clear? This is the qa charge placed at here. So we need to we can find out the force by multiplying this charge into electric field at that region. The electric field at that region will be generated due to other charges. Other charge means qb charge. So if you take a radius r at that cavity region, then this sphere, within this sphere total charge will be 0, because qb and there is a induction of minus qb. So total charge since 0, then the electric field will be 0. Since electric field will be 0, the force will be 0. Since similar fashion or similar things will happening for that charge also. So the force on qa and qb will be 0. Go to the next portion, which says which of this answer will be changed if third charge qc, there will be third charge qc brought near the conductor. If we taken another charge qc near the conductor, then what will be the what answer will be the change, you need to find out. Okay. For sigma a will be the like that, there will be no change because the minus qa charge induced, qb charge induced, this was same. But in case of this metal at this surface r, the charge will be additional qc charge present, so this will be the changed. And this the electric field at outer region, this will also change because total charge will be the change qa plus qb, but here the qa plus qb plus qc. And electric field at that region will be, and electric field at that region will be same, because the this charge will not affected, this charge will be the same, and the force will be also 0 because this electric field also 0 due to this charge. So only change the outer surface charge density and outer electric field, and others will be the same. I think clear. For any doubt you must comment in the comment box, and the calculation or things you need to do yourself and practice. Okay, this is all about me, and this is my contact details, and this is my YouTube channel details. Go to this channel, you will get the others different videos from physics. You can go through the playlist, you will be get separate playlist, right? And share this video to your friends so that he or she also get benefit, and subscribe this channel if you new in this channel. Press the bell icon to get the notification of upcoming video, and those already subscribed, thanks for subscription. So take care, we'll meet in the next video as soon as possible. Thank you.